Hello, I'm Juan Davis, Chief Creative Officer at KCT and PBS SoCal, and we're partnering with the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. Today, we want to start with questions from our audiences about voting. Let's start with you, Libby. How often are ballots picked up from drop boxes?
In Los Angeles and Orange counties, the drop boxes are emptied every day. This wasn't always the case. Earlier in the month in Los Angeles, for example, county workers were emptying the ballot drop boxes about once every 48 hours. But a couple of weeks ago, a drop box in Baldwin Park caught fire and up to 200 ballots were damaged there. And that's being investigated as a possible arson. After that, the LA County Registrar announced there would be an increase in the number of pickups. And the registrar says they try to locate those boxes in well-lit, well-trafficked areas to avoid this kind of thing. You can also drop off your ballot in person at a vote center, and those started to open up on Saturday. More will be opening up this weekend for early voting.
People are also asking us if they need to fill out the address and date with their signature. Perry, what's the answer to that?
Well, the most important thing is to make sure that you sign your ballot envelope because that's one of the ways election officials will verify your ballot. And you should sign using the signature that's on record with your voter registration. For most people, that's the one you see on your driver's license or state ID. But no matter what, if there's an issue with matching your signature, your county registrar will notify you and you'll get a chance to correct it. When you look at your ballot envelope, you may see that the name printed on your ballot includes Mrs., Mr., or your middle name, but that doesn't affect what to include in your signature. And you'll also see a space on your ballot envelope to fill out the date and your address. That's the address where you're registered to vote. And you should fill out the date that you're signing, not your birthday or any other date. LA County ballots have a little box printed with the letters MMDDYY. You'll write the date over those letters. But if you don't include your address or the date, it's okay. As long as your signature is there, your vote will be counted.
And Libby, another question we're getting, people are writing in to say, my daughter, parents, some other person is out of the state and wants me to fill out their ballot and send it in for them. Can people do that?
So you are allowed to turn in a ballot for someone else as long as they give you permission to take that ballot, the envelope, and you're not paid to pick up the ballot. You have to return it within 72 hours, but you cannot fill out someone else's ballot for them. That's a crime. You can't vote for someone else. That person needs to make arrangements to get a replacement ballot or have you forward the ballot to them at their temporary address.
Great. COVID is forcing the hands of many LA businesses, including food trucks, and Morgan has that story.
So the food truck industry in Los Angeles County is one of the biggest in the country, and they've always had to be scrappy, but COVID has really forced us to, take things to a new level. Lunches are out, dinner is in. Working from home has kind of made things difficult because no one is coming into offices and serving as a patron to these food trucks. They're searching for new ways to get into neighborhoods at night and meet their customers where they are, which is at home. And it's kind of created a deep bond within the food truck community because a lot of them have really relied on each other, whether it's borrowing a generator or just having some backup help to keep afloat during this pandemic.
And finally today, we have Ryan Pettaway here with us. He's a professor of public health at Portland State University School of Public Health, and he was interviewed for KCET's new documentary, Power and Health. Ryan, why is it important to look at health through the lens of power and equity?
Well, at the most basic level, I think it's important to understand that health is fundamentally political. So nothing about our health or our health opportunities or our health risks is going to be shaped naturally, inherently, or just by things that we control ourselves. And so the idea of power being that do we have control over the things that are affecting our daily social, economic, political context? If we don't have that power, then who has that power over us? Can we build power with others to resist the powers that are repressing us, right? Can we use our power collectively to produce a better and healthier world? And I think right now the conversations just here regarding COVID-19 and voting are two important illustrations of power, how power can or cannot work to afford health opportunities, right? Voter suppression is a critical thing right now. So who can vote? Who's going to be just systematically barred from voting because of power imbalances, right? In terms of COVID-19, who's going to be at greater risk because of historical imbalances in power and opportunity as related to health?
Thank you, Ryan. And if you want to see the full documentary, go to kct.org/power and health. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow.